Build web apps in minutes with Replit Agent AI. Hook, the game-changing reality of AI-built web apps. You're about to build a production-ready web app in literally 3 minutes. No coding experience needed. No frustrating setup. Just describe what you want, and Replit Agent AI builds it for you, complete with front-end, back-end, and database. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm about to show you exactly how it works and why developers are ditching traditional coding workflows. Here's what happened when I tested it. What you just saw wasn't sped up. That was real time. A complete, functioning web app generated from a single paragraph I typed in plain English. By the end of this video, you'll know the exact workflow, you'll see real-world examples, and I'll show you how to avoid the mistakes that trip up almost everyone. And honestly, once you see how fast this Replit Agent-Built-Web-App-with-AI workflow actually is, you'll understand why so many builders are switching to this approach in 2024. Let's get into it. Why Replit Agent changes everything, the problem it solves. Here's the thing. Building a web app the traditional way is painful. You've got to learn a framework. Set up your dev environment. Configure a database. Write hundreds of lines of boilerplate code. Debug for hours. And that's before you even touch the design. For a basic CRUD app, something like a task manager or expense tracker, you're looking at weeks of work if you're learning as you go. Even experienced developers spend days on setup and config alone. Replit Agent flips that entirely. It's an AI that understands full-stack development. Front-end, back-end, database, deployment, it handles all of it from a natural language prompt. So who actually benefits here? Non-technical founders who need an MVP yesterday. Rapid prototypers testing ideas before committing. Side hustlers who want to launch a product without hiring a dev team. This is built for you. Setting up Replit Agent, getting started in 60 seconds. Alright, let me walk you through the setup. It's almost embarrassingly simple. Head to replit.com, sign up for free. Yes, there's a free tier, and it gives you enough to build and test your first few apps. You don't need a credit card. Once you're in, you'll see the option to start a new project with Replit Agent. Click it, and you're dropped into the interface. Here's the layout. On the left, your prompt box, this is where you talk to the AI. In the center, the code editor where you can see everything being generated in real time. And on the right, a live preview of your running app. One thing worth noting, Replit gives you options for the underlying AI model. For most web apps, the default works great. But if you're doing something more complex, you may want to experiment. I'll cover that in a second. Building your first app, step-by-step demo, the core content. Okay. This is the part you came for. Let's build something real. I'm going to build an expense tracker. Here's exactly what I typed. That's it. One paragraph. Plain English. No code. Watch what happens. Look at that. It's creating the file structure. Writing the React components. Setting up the backend routes. Building the database schema. And their live preview is already rendering. Now, here's what most people miss. Your first output is a draft, not a final product. The magic is in the iteration. But here's what catches most people off guard, the AI doesn't always get it right on the first try, and here's how to fix it instantly. I noticed the pie chart colors were hard to read. So I just typed, change the pie chart to use a high contrast color palette and make the legend font larger. Boom. Updated in seconds. Then I asked it to add a monthly budget limit feature with a progress bar. Typed that in plain English. 15 seconds later, it's there and working. This back and forth iteration is the real workflow. Think of Replit Agent like a junior developer who works at lightning speed. You direct. It builds. You refine. It adjusts. That cycle is where you get genuinely impressive results. The key? Be specific in your prompts. Don't say make it look better. Say increase padding to 24px, use interfont, and add a subtle drop shadow to the cards. The more precise you are, the better the output. Advanced tactics, what most people miss. Wait, before you think this only works for simple apps, let me show you what else this thing can do. Need a database? Just say, add a PostgreSQL database to store all expenses persistently with user-specific data. Replit Agent sets up the ORM, creates the tables, and wires the connections. You never touch SQL. Want to pull in an external API? Try this, integrate the Open Weather Map API to display current weather on the dashboard. It writes the fetch calls, handles the API key config, and formats the response. Here's a big one: authentication. Type, add user authentication with email and password signup, login, and protected routes. It builds the full auth flow. Login page, signup page, session management, route protection. All from one sentence. And deployment? Click one button. Your app is live on the internet with a Replit URL. You can connect a custom domain later if you want. Quick tip: Replit also has built-in version control and collaboration. You can invite teammates, fork projects, and roll back changes. Super underrated features. Real-world examples, apps you can actually deploy. You might think this only works for simple apps, but I'm about to show you 3 surprisingly complex projects built this way. First, a personal portfolio site with animated sections, a contact form, and a blog. Built from one prompt. Deployed in under 4 minutes. Second, a customer support chatbot with a conversational UI, FAQ database, and admin panel. 1 prompt to start, 3 refinement rounds to polish. Third, an e-commerce prototype with product listings, a shopping cart, and Stripe checkout integration. This one took about 10 minutes total with iterations. These aren't toys. People are deploying these as real MVPs, pitching them to investors, shipping them to clients, and using them as learning tools. You can connect custom domains and scale from there. Bonus hack: combining Replit Agent with other AI tools. Here's where things get really powerful. Replit Agent is great on its own. But combine it with other tools and you're unstoppable. I use ChatGPT to draft and refine my prompts before I even paste them into Replit. Think of it as prompt engineering for your prompt. It helps me get specific and structured so the agent output is better on the first pass. For design, I'll mock up layouts in Figma, then describe those layouts to Replit Agent. Design to code pipeline, no handoff drama. And once the agent generates my code, I'll run it through Claude for a code review. It catches edge cases, suggests optimizations, and flags security issues. Honestly, this combo is my entire workflow now. A few other tools I lean on daily: I use Jasper AI for writing landing page copy for apps I build, link in the description if you want to check it out. I keep all my project notes and prompt libraries organized in Notion, also linked below. And for quick social media graphics to promote finished apps, Canva is my go-to. I use all 3 constantly. Common pitfalls and how to avoid them. Before you dive in, let me save you some headaches. Number 1, vague prompts produce garbage. Build me an app gives you something useless. Build me a habit tracker with daily streaks, push notification reminders, and a weekly progress chart using a green color scheme gives you something you can actually ship. Number 2, test your edge cases before you deploy. What happens when a user submits an empty form? What if someone enters a negative number? The AI won't always handle these automatically. Number 3, complex algorithms and business logic still need human review. Replit Agent is incredible at structure and scaffolding, but if your app needs a sophisticated recommendation engine or financial calculations, you need to verify that logic yourself. Best practice? Use Replit Agent for 80% of the build, then refine the remaining 20% manually. That's the sweet spot. Outro: level up your builder toolkit. Let's recap. Today you learned 3 core skills. 1. How to set up Replit Agent in under 60 seconds. 2. How to build a full-stack web app from a single prompt. 3. How to refine and iterate until it's production ready. This is a massive time-saving advantage for solopreneurs, agencies, and anyone who wants to build faster. The barrier to launching software has never been lower. If you got value from this, smash that like button, it genuinely helps more people find this video. Subscribe if you want more AI tools and productivity content every week. And drop a comment below, what's the first app you're going to build with Replit Agent? I read every single one. Check the description for links to everything I mentioned today, including Replit and the tools from the bonus section. And next time? I'm showing you how to take what you built today and turn it into a full SaaS product that makes money. You don't want to miss that one. I'll see you in the next video.